Hi, and welcome back to Poltergeist Board Games. Today we are going to take a look at Clash of Corgis. I was sent this by the game designer, and this is a cool little deck box. It has a magnetic closure. It's hard, sturdy cardboard. It's very nice, and the cards all fit in here. This is a 2 to 4 player game, and there's actually 3 games in this box. So I'm gonna kind of show you a little gameplay of each one and do a game review at the end. So what do you get? You get a deck of cards like that, and then each card has a different rank and a different suit, and then each one of these characters has like a different ability, and they vary from game to game, the different abilities. So there's like combos that you can do with them, but the artwork is really cool. I really like the artwork. And then you get a set of rules. Comes in this tiny little booklet. The one thing I don't like about these rules is the writing is so small. I have old man eyes, so even with my readers on, they're hard to read the directions. But nevertheless, it had to fit in that little box, so they had to do what they had to do. So you've got instructions for the 3 games, front and back. And then you've got you've got 2 player aid cards each. So this one is for the original game. And then on the back you have Capture the Illusionist game. And then the other one is Treasure Island. And each one of these just tells you what the different characters do. So I'll show you the first one, which is called the original. So this one is kind of like war, where you're gonna be you get 12 cards. Each player gets 12 cards, and they try to beat each other's rank. So if you have a pair of 2s, they would have to come out with a pair of 3s. If they have an 8 out there, they would have to beat you with a 9. Stuff like that. It's very simple. But the twist is that some of these cards can do different things. This healer you can draw 1 card, then return a card to your hand and the other one to the bottom of the deck. A fighter, target the next player, force them to expose a card from their hand. That card cannot be played this round. Mage, discard 1 card from your hand that matches this card's suit. So things like that. All right, so let's deal out 12 to each. And then the goal is to get, you want to get 10 points. So you'd have to win 10 hands. So, all right, this is player 1's hand. So they have a pair of 6s, I noticed. A pair of aces. I think they have a pair of 2s. A pair of 4s. Oh, they have a 3 of a kind. Pair of 6s. There is no 2, so all right. Okay, so let's just start with we'll start with a pair of sixes. So we'll throw a pair of sixes out. And then, and then you get to use an ability if you'd like, from one of your cards. So I have here, sometimes it's hard to tell who he is. A six, yeah, so I have a mage. Discard, sorry, trying to get that in focus. Discard one card from your hand that matches this card's suit. I don't have another one. So, all right. So it won't do anything there. All right, this is the other player's hand. They have a pair of ones. They have a pair of nines. They have a pair of sixes. And a pair of eights. Oh, they have a three of a kind with eights. All right, so we'll throw out the pair of nines. So we beat them, or they beat us with that. The object is you want to be the first person to get rid of that. I'm sorry, the object of this game, of this one, is to not get 10 points. That's the next game. The object of this one is to get rid of your cards first. So then we'll go back over here, and can we beat that? Yeah, we can beat that. We can beat that with a pair of aces. So we'll put a pair of aces out there. And can they beat that? Yes, they can beat that with a three of a kind of ones. So they'll do that. Then can we beat that? Why, yes, we can beat that with three of a kind of fours. Can they beat a three of a kind of fours? Yes, they have a three of a kind of eights. Then, can we beat that? Only thing we have is a pair of wild. So this can beat any rank. So we can play that, and it can win. And they can't do anything, so they're gonna pass. So we would win. So we would win that hand, or that round would be over. And then they would go first, and they would lead with a pair of sixes. And we could just put a 7 or a 2 down. We don't have it, or we can't play anything, sorry. So we would have to pass. So they would win that. So then we would go, and we would have to play a 7. And they can only tie. So can we beat a 7? No, we'd have to pass. So that would just get discarded. And then we would go again. We'd play a 2. They'd play a 3, and they'd be out, and they won. Because they got rid of their last card. I have 1 card left. So they would win. So that's the original game. The next game is called Treasure Island. So in this one, this is the one where you want to get 10 points. So what you do is you have a hand of 3 cards, and or each player has a hand of 3 cards, and they put a party out. A party is up to 2 people, and then two cards, and then they fight what are called foes, and you add up the sum of your cards, and if your cards total beats their card total, then you win what's called loot. If they win, then the like foes take off with the loot, so they would win. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so we're gonna go. All right, so this counts as a 10, so I'm gonna put 18 out there. And then they had the same suit, so with the same suit, same suit is called a wind bonus. You may choose one foe to discard and replace with a new foe from the top of the deck. Okay, so we're gonna fight two foes. So we got a 12. We don't have to replace one, but say this was like a, I don't know, say this was like a 9 and that's 18. So like say it was a 10 and a 10, we could replace one of the 10s and with the top card from the deck, and make it lower so that we could win. So we win that. So that means that we have 1 point. And then the next player would go and they would do the same thing. So they're gonna put out a 17 and face two foes, and they get a 5, so they win. So they have a point as well. So you just keep going until the first person to get 10 points wins. So that's how you play that one. And then the last one is called Capture the Illusionist. Okay, so we are going to take a look at the third game, which is Capture the Illusionist. So in this one, you take 11 cards of one suit, and then each player takes 11 cards of one suit. They take 8 cards and build 2 rows, and then the other 3 are going to be what's called their hand. So this is player 1, this is player 2. So what you're trying to do is expose the other person's illusionist, and you try to do that twice. The illusionist is the wild card, so it's the one that has like the star on it. So there's 3 phases. There's the insight phase, where you look at a hidden card on your table area. And then there's the activate phase, where you select a card that you wish to activate. It can be either from your hand or the table. And then is the cooldown, where you change the position of all your rested cards to revealed. So a rested card is turned sideways. It's, like exhausted and other card games. And then you would turn it back to it's revealed. Now revealed means it's flipped over. This would be face down. Revealed means it's turned over. Now cards have different abilities that can be used. So you can reveal other cards, other hidden cards, like on the other player's board. So you're trying to expose their illusionist, and once you find it, it's exposed. But they can save their illusionist by discarding their ace. But they have to know where their ace is. So that's why you're looking at your cards in the beginning to, you look at, when you set this up, you have no idea where or what any of these cards are. So if you know where the ace is, then you know, discard it and save your illusionist. So this is like a kind of like a memory game. So all right, so I'm gonna take a look at my first card here. So all right, so we have 4 there, and then I can activate a card. And see, this is one of my complaints about the game, is that, and I don't have many at all, is that I think instead of having to refer to this card all the time, that the ability should be on the card somehow. Either an icon or a little flavor text at the bottom, something, because it's kind of a pain to have to read this card all the time. 6, Mage. Reveal one of your opponent's hidden cards in their back row. Okay, so this is my front row, this is my back row. That would be their front row, this would be their back row. So I'm going to activate this card. Maybe there, I don't know. So I'll activate this card. Or I'll reveal that card. Okay, so that's revealed. And then they go, and they first look at a card. So there's a 1. Oh, I know where this goes. This goes in my, this is your revealed hand, down on the very bottom. Down here is your like revealed row. It's called exposed hand row. Sorry, exposed hand row there. So I put him there, and I'm going to use this 9, and this is the assassin. So player 1, this player will have to skip their turn. So this will go in their exposed row up there. Okay, so then it comes back to player 1. I skipped this turn, sorry. So then it's this guy's turn again. All right, so he peeks at a card. Which one did I peek at? I'll peek at this one. Okay, an 8. Okay, so that's an 8. Berserker. If a player chooses to pass on their turn, well, this card is part of their leading combo. That player, oops, wrong one. Your opponent must reveal one of their hidden cards in a row that is furthest to you. Then change all of your opponent's revealed cards to rested. Okay. I don't have a lot of cards exposed, so that's not gonna really do anything. And then they have 3 and 7. Okay, so we'll play 7. And this is Archer. And this allows them to reveal one of your opponent's hidden cards in their hand. So they'll pick this one. So they expose a 5, and that goes down here. So now it comes back to player 1, and player 1's gonna peek at this card. It's a 7. And they have a 3. I believe this is a 5. This one. 4. Okay, I'm going to reveal this one and activate it and play it. So, reveal one of your opponent's hidden cards in their front row. So this is their front row. So we'll reveal this card. Oh, there's the illusionist. Or not the illusionist. That's the guy that saves the illusionist. The ace. Sorry, got excited. Okay, and then so now it goes back to them, and or when you play a card, this stays rested. It doesn't get revealed until the next turn. Okay, so they have 3 left. Let's see, they'll look at this card here. 6. So it's a 6 due. Reveal one of your opponent's hidden cards in their back row. Okay, so we'll play this one. And in their back row, so let's do this one. Okay, so we revealed that. And then it comes back to player 1 here. This card gets returned back, and then it goes to their turn. So anyway, you see how that that works. So you just have to reveal the illusionist, and then they know where their ace is, so they can play their ace to save it, and then I have to reveal the illusionist again, capture it actually. So anyways, that's how this works. The game, I'd probably give this game a 3.5 ghosts out of 5. So it's a pretty fun game. I mean, considering you get 3 games in one box, you know, it's pretty cool. The card art's awesome. I love the little corgis and all their little outfits and suits and things like that. I think it's really cool. And I love this deck box, how it's magnetic closing. I think it's really cool. They did a very good job. And I will put the link to their website so that you can look at their other games. They have other Corgi games that are out and other games that are coming. So please check them out. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.